Okay, good. So let's sit nice and tall, and we'll start with our centering meditation. So lift the shoulders up, roll the shoulders back, and release them down. And then invite the eyelids to close. And just take a nice, long, easy breath and exhale. Big sigh. Good. Get a long, easy in breath and exhale with a big sigh. And as you think of saucha, purity, just noticing what stands out for you, what you're taking into your body, what you're taking into your mind, the level of purity, of cleanliness. And then noticing how your physical body feels today. Noticing the effects of what you've taken into your body and what you've taken into your mind. How it affects your physical being, how it affects your emotional state, and then also how it affects your mind. And as you note your state of being, noting what it is you'd like to receive from your yoga practice today, and set an intention for our time together. And then with awareness on that intention, take in the sound of the bell, following it to the end. Good, and then with the next in-breath, let's lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, draw the chin to the chest. Relax through the back of the neck. And feel the stretch on either side of the neck. And then slowly roll the head to the right, just so the right ear is over the right shoulder. Feeling a stretch on the left side of the neck. Good, and then roll the chin back to center and switch sides. Bring the left ear up over the left shoulder. Good, and then release the chin back down. And then draw the chin up, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and then open and close the jaw and move the mouth side to side. Good, and then release the chin back down, relax the shoulders down, and then draw a little figure eight with the nose. And then let that motion come to stillness, and then do a little backstroke with the shoulders. And then let that motion come to stillness. And then stretch the arms out in front of you and flick away with the fingers. And then reverse the action. Pull in, pull in, pull in. And then interlace the hands Reach the arms out in front of you, drop the shoulders down, and then lift the arms up. Lengthen up through the torso, nice big breath here. And then slowly lower the hands behind the head, bringing the chin up, elbows wide. Nice full breath into the stretch. Good, and then lower the hands onto the shoulders and draw little circles with the elbows. And then reverse direction. Good, and let that motion come to stillness, and then release the hands down. And then bring the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Now inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Good, and then return back to center and switch sides. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Good, and then release to center, and then place one hand on each knee and draw a big circle with the torso. And then reverse direction. Good, and let that motion come to stillness. And then slide the feet out in front of you. Come back here. And then point and flex, toes, heels, toes, heels. And then circle the feet around the ankles. And then reverse direction. Good, and then slide the heels a little wider than hips width, and then roll the knees side to side. So exhale to the side, inhale to center, exhale other side, lift to center. Just gently move with the breath. Good, and then hold the knees over to your left, sliding that left sole into the right knee area. And then bring the hands to either side of the left knee. And as you inhale, lift the torso up. Exhale, stretch forward and down. Lift the back leg up. And then as you inhale, swing that back leg around. And then exhale, release it back. So inhale, foot forward. Exhale, back. Just moving with the breath. Good, and then release that foot back. And then walk the hands to your left, palms outside the left thigh. So inhale, lift, exhale, look back over the left shoulder. Good, and then walk the hands back around, bringing the left hand outside the left knee in line with the ankle, knee, palms and fingertips. And then with the right arm, draw big figure eights. Good, and then release the hand behind you, and on the inhale, swing up, exhale down, inhale, swing up, exhale down. Just move with the breath. Up, down. And then lift and hold, and then stretch that right leg out. Good, look up at the raised right hand if that works for your neck. And then you can stretch that arm over the head. Nice long stretch up the right side of the body. And then slowly come back to seated position, bringing that right foot around. And then wiggle the knees up and down, shoulders back and forth, just noticing the difference between the right and left sides. So same thing other side, draw the knees to your right. Left hand to left hip. Right hand just below the shoulder. And then as you exhale, twist to your left, or sorry, your right. Inhale back, exhale to your right. Good, and then release the hands down, lift the torso up, look back over that right shoulder. Good, and then walk the hands back to either side of the front knee, the right knee. Inhale, lift, exhale, draw the torso forward and down, lifting the back leg up. And then inhale, swing that foot forward and exhale back. Inhale, forward, exhale, back, just moving with the breath. Good, and then release that foot down. Actually, I reversed the direction of what I did before. Okay, so bring the right hand now out outside the knee, in line with the knee and the ankle. And then with the other arm, draw big figure eights. Good, and then release the hand behind you, and as you inhale, swing up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, just moving with the breath. Up, down, and then lift up and hold. Good, and then stretch that left leg out. Look up at the raised left hand if that works for your neck. And take a nice full breath down the stretch on the left side of the body. Good, and then release back to seated position. Slide that foot around. And then checking in with yourself, see if you feel more evenly balanced. Good, so let's warm up the spine with 6 movements of the spine. So coming into table pose. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And then taking a breath, and as you exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under. And as you inhale, lower the belly down, Lift the tailbone up, lift up through the crown of the head. Good, again, exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under. And inhale up. Just moving with the breath. Exhale into cat tilt. Inhale into cow tilt. So take awareness and breath down the length of the spine. Just inviting an opening between the vertebrae as you move into cat tilt. Stretching and lengthening through cow tilt. Good, and then return back to neutral with the flat back, head down. And then taking a breath, and as you exhale, bring the right ear to the right hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left hip. Inhale to center. Just move with the breath. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Good, then return back to starting position. And then step the knees together. And as you inhale, lift the right knee out to the right. Exhale, lower down. Good, inhale out to the right and exhale, lower down. Just moving with the breath. Good, and then lift and hold, and then circle the right knee. And release that knee down. And then same thing other side. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Just moving with the breath. Lift and lower. And then lift and hold and circle the left knee. And then release that knee down. Back to table pose, and then circle the hips. Draw a big circle with the hips. And then reverse direction. And then let that circling come to stillness. And then let's sort of walk to the back of the mat or crawl to the back of the mat. And then bring your right foot around in front of your left knee and then bring the knees together. So we're going to cross crawl forward as you're able. This is a good hip opening sequence here to just move the legs one in front of the other as you slowly crawl forward on the mat. And then once you come as far forward as you can go on your mat, then reverse it. So uncross in front and cross over back. Uncross in front and cross over back. Uncross front, cross over back. And then once you've reached the back of the mat, again, come forward, cross over, until you're about 2/3 of the way up the mat, and the right knee is in front of the left. And then bring the feet together, so the legs or calves are touching, and then slide that back leg straight back, and that'll bring your right foot right underneath your left thigh. And then reach the elbows down in front of you and reach your forehead towards the earth. So you feel a pretty deep stretch in the right hip area, right IT band. If it's too much, lift your hips a little up. You can slide a block underneath your right buttock area. But find your stretch here. We don't want to force or struggle or be in pain, but just get a nice deep stretch in that right hip area. And then release as you walk the hands back to either side of that front knee, and then slide the foot back to table pose. And then let's repeat on the opposite side. So crawl about 2/3 the way up the mat, and then cross the left foot in front of the right. Slide your feet together, and then stretch that right leg straight back so the left heel is now underneath your right thigh. Reach the elbows down, forehead down. Find your stretch here. Notice sensation in the left hip area, left IT band. And as you exhale, allow it to soften. Good, and then release, walking the hands back. Bring that left knee back to table pose. And again, circle the hips and just noticing the sensations in the hips, noticing the openings you've created. Good, and let that motion come to stillness. And now from table pose, let's do laughing cow. So for this, as you inhale, we're going to press into the palms and reach the torso up, and then exhale back down. Inhale, reach up, arch back, exhale down. Just move with the breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Just moving with the breath. Good, and then release back to table pose. And then let's walk the hands a little farther forward and lower the hips down so we're in a half plank pose. Lift the feet off of the mat. And then slowly lower the feet over to your left as you look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center and lower the feet over to your other side as you look over your left shoulder. So just lift the feet back up, and then let's just do the side to side. Exhale to the side, inhale to center, exhale other side. Good, and then return back up, release the feet down, and then lift the torso up. And then reach the arms out to the sides and up as though you're grasping some rope that's hanging down from the ceiling. And then allow that rope to just lift you straight up to a standing position. And then release the arms back down. Adjust. Okay, so from a standing position, just gently sway back and forth between the balls and heels. Combining with a hand movement, so press away with the palms. Inhale, hands back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. Just moving with the breath. Good, and then release the arms down. Step the feet in a little closer together. Let the weight shift so we're balanced just in front of the heels. And then activate the calves, the thighs. Lift the torso up evenly. Draw the chin back slightly. Shoulders up, back, and down. And then activate the arms. Slowly reach the arms out to the sides. Good, turn the palms up. And then release the arms over the shoulders. Mountain pose. This is the classic standing posture of yoga. A lot is going on here. Just feeling your rootedness into the earth. Just standing stable and strong. Extending up towards the sky, so connecting the earth to the sky. Stable. This is a posture of just being. Let yourself just be like a mountain. And then slowly reach the arms out to the sides. Turn the palms down. And then release the arms all the way down. Long, easy breath. Exhale, letting go. And then step the feet a little wider than hips width or about hips width. And then raise the arms up to shoulder height. And then slowly release the arms out to the sides and bring the hands behind the back as you interlace the hands. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now hinge forward at the hips as you lengthen the torso forward and down. Relax through the back of the neck. Raise the arms up. Keeping the head at heart level or above if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure or glaucoma. but otherwise relax through the back of the neck. Posture of surrender here. So if there's something you wish to surrender, just a thought, an attitude, a belief, something that doesn't work for you, and then release, lengthening the torso forward and up. Release the hands. Taking a deep breath, exhale, letting go. Feeling the effects of standing yoga mudra and mountain pose. So let's step the feet nice and wide, like 3.5, 4 feet apart, or one leg's length, in preparation for triangle pose. Now for triangle pose, if you need a block, you can place the block outside your right ankle. We're going to turn our right foot out 90 degrees, place the block there, and then indent the left foot slightly to the right, noticing the hips are wanting to steer over towards your left, or sorry, towards your right, but keep the hips equidistant to the long edge of the mat. And then activate the legs. Good, lift the arms up to shoulder level. And then slowly stretch the torso over to the right. Good, release back to center. And again, slowly stretch over to the right. And release back. And then slowly stretch all the way over to the right. And then bring that right hand down, left arm up. Look up at the raised left hand. Triangle pose. Slowly lift the torso back up. Let's go right to the other side. So turn your left foot out 90 degrees, right foot indented slightly to the left. Move the block to the outside of the left ankle. Again, bring the hips equidistant to the long edge of the mat, shoulders over the hips. We want to keep the shoulders over the hips, so we're not going to fold or twist. And then raise the arms up to shoulder level. And then slowly, so activate that, or keep that left kneecap lifted. Shift the torso to your left. Good, and then release back to center. And again, stretch over to your left. Reach back to center. And then once more, reach all the way over to the left and then hinge at the hip. Bring that left hand down, right arm up. Good, and then release, lifting the torso back up. Turn the feet, both feet in, and then bend the knees and hop back to center. And release. Good. All right, let's move the block off to the side and let's do a balancing pose. Let's just do a simple leg lift here. So shift the weight over your right leg and activate the right calf, right knee, right thigh. If you want to grab a chair for balance or support, you can have a chair handy. And then bring the arms out to the sides and fold the elbows up, making a mudra with the fingers. And now lift that left knee up. You can place the foot on top of the opposite knee. You can do that. And then release. Good. All right, shift the weight over the opposite leg, left leg, activating the calf, the thigh, the knee. Arms out to the sides, bend the elbows, shoulder blades squeeze together behind you, and then lift the right foot up, placing the foot just on top of that left knee, if that works for you. Just gazing at your drishti. Good, and then release the arms, release the foot, and then shake, shake, shake. All right, let's walk to the front of the mat and then slowly melt down to a seated position, keeping the feet flat on the mat and the knees bent. And then reach the arms up to shoulder height. And on the in-breath, come back. And on the out-breath, come forward. So inhale back, exhale forward. Just moving with the breath. Good, and then shift the torso back and hold. Now a little more challenge here, lift your feet off the mat, just an inch or two, and hold. Another balancing pose here, balancing on the tailbone. And then release the feet and come onto your back. And now lift the buttocks up, slide the hands underneath the buttocks with the palms facing down, and then sit back on the hands, and then draw the knees up to the chest, stretch the feet up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the legs down, and as you inhale, draw the knees to the chest and lift the feet up. So exhale, extend the legs straight down, inhale, knees to chest, and lift up. This is a good abdominal toner. So inhale, knees up, feet up, exhale, legs straight down. Good, and then extend the legs all the way down and release the hands from underneath, and just pause for a few breaths and notice the awakened energy in the lower half of the body. And now lift the knees up to the chest, and then draw a little circle with the knees. And then reverse direction, Good. And then reach the arms out to shoulder level with the knees bent and lower the knees over to your left, all the way to the mat. And then check the low back with your right hand. If there's an arch in the small of the back, then lift the knees a little closer to the chest. And then turn the head to your right. Walk the feet out so there's a 90-degree angle between the calves and thighs. Nice long, easy breath, and as you exhale, relax the right hip. Taking a breath as you exhale, relax the ribs. Taking a breath as you exhale, relax the shoulder. Nice long, easy breath as you exhale, just relax into the twist. And then lift the knees back to center. And repeat to the opposite side. Lower the knees to the right. Check the low back with your left hand. And if there's an arch in the back, lift the knees a little closer to the chest. And then walk the feet out so there's a 90-degree angle between the calves and thighs. And turn the head to your left. Long, easy breath, and as you exhale, relax the left hip. Taking a breath as you exhale, relax the ribs. Taking a breath as you exhale, relax the shoulder. And lift the knees back to neutral. And then invite the body to stretch and move in any way that feels right for you to complete your practice. And as you find your way into Shavasana for relaxation, just let the body relax into the support of the earth. The breath becomes slow and steady. Let the body melt into the support of the earth. Letting go of the outer world and just let your awareness sink inward. Feel this physical body, but then as you exhale, let it go and tune to the energetic body. The prana body that's carried through the breath throughout the body. Danna Faulds says, go in and in. Be the space between two cells. The vast, resounding silence in which spirit dwells. be sugar dissolving on the tongue of life. Dive in and in, as deep as you can dive. And turn away from nothing that you find. And from this place of inner attunement, just let your awareness come back to the fingers, back to the toes. Invite the body to stretch and move as though waking up for the first time today. And then finding your way back to a seated position without disturbing your relaxation. And then once again, sitting nice and tall and just taking a deep breath and exhale, letting go. And then acknowledging yourself for taking this time to nurture yourself in body, mind, and spirit. And in gratitude for our time together. Let's share in the ancient sound of peace and harmony, the sound of Om, by inhaling. Om, peace, peace, Om. Namaste.
Hmm.